Hi, I'm Trish Ranoni.
I'm Rebecca Heron.
And we are getting really drunk.
And reading scripts.
Just for you. This is
Drunk Read-Thrus.
Welcome
Back
to the second episode
of Drunk Read-Throughs.
Drunk Read-Throughs. Yeah.
Today we're reading one of my old scripts. Sorry in advance.
The name is not called Sorry in Advance. It is called The Key.
Yep. And
that was very Canadian of you to apologize.
And this episode we've been drinking
Thompson Farms
craft cider, which is a local winery here in the Sioux.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yep. So, as usual, we've been pre-drinking.
Yep. Oh, yes. Delicious. Delicious. Okay. So, what genre is it?
Well, I think we just read it and find out.
Let's read it and find out. It's a mystery.
It
a
is.
Mystery podcast.
Okay. Interior apartment night.
And if you hear footsteps, that's just part of the ASMR component of the Drunk Read-Throughs podcast.
Anyways. Interior apartment night. Kerrigan, a police detective, wakes up drowsy and groans.
Where am I?
Turns over, stretches the blonde lying dead across the bed.
Who are you, sweetheart?
Flash 2, interior street corner flashback night. Kerrigan picks up Rachel, a call girl. Interior apartment night. Kerrigan looks at Rachel.
Rachel, what did you get yourself into?
He moves closer to Rachel and notices something shine. He picks it up to find it's a necklace with a key on it. Flash 2, interior apartment flashback night. Kerrigan and Rachel are talking over drinks. She touches the key. Interior apartment night. Kerrigan looks out and notices a jewelry box with a keyhole on Rachel's dresser. He opens it. Inside is a list of names, one of which is his. Beside each name is a numbered code.
What the hell's this? Mayor Harbor, the police chief, Judge Willis, me?
Kerrigan rummages through Rachel's dresser. He finds a date book. He takes out the list and looks through the book.
The first codes must be dates. Dates from this book.
He looks back at Rachel and notices she's pointing to the picture on the wall. He takes down the picture and finds a hole in the wall where a Bible, jewelry, cocaine, and booze are hidden.
That's one way to hide your stash.
Kerrigan takes the date book, the Bible, and scotch and sits down. He starts to decipher the codes. He searches through the date book first to find his date with the corresponding number. He finds torn newspaper clippings glued into the book. They read, Mayor Harbor loses election. Judge Willis caught in sex scandal. Rachel is in it. Police chief goes to jail. He finds his page. New York's lead detectives come to town.
What has this got to do with your death?
Kerrigan looks over at Rachel's body.
One of us must have killed you. Dun, dun, dun. He's a good detective. He is a police detective, actually.
Let's
so.
hope so. Yeah. Interior apartment flashback night. Rachel is yelling at Kerrigan.
You did it, you bastard!
She slaps him. Kerrigan, confused, touches his forehead, looks through the rest of the Bible. Under Revelations, he finds clippings from his first trial back in Cincinnati. It reads, Young detective kills beauty queen's fiancé. More confusion. Another shows a younger Rachel crying with a heading, Beauty queen mourns. Another reads, Detective gets off scot-free. Realization.
You. That was you.
Stunned look, sirens in the background. He doesn't notice. He looks at Rachel. Flash 2, interior apartment flashback night. Kerrigan takes another drink. Ooh, drink for us.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. That was you. Yes. Why'd you find me? I've tried to stop thinking about that night.
Rachel lunges at Kerrigan. He lands on the bed. She injects him with something.
What are you doing? Making sure you don't remember this.
He lies there, unable to move, but awake. She positions him in the bed, lies next to him, screams, and pulls the trigger. Interior apartment 9. Realization dawns on Kerrigan. Sirens get louder and stop.
Shit!
Kerrigan scrambles. Footsteps hurried up the stairs. Kerrigan takes a drink. Another drink for us.
Glug, 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 glug.
And there's a knock at the door. Fade out.
Bum, bum, bum. So many questions. So many questions. How did he kill her fiancé?
I don't know.
But he was responsible, maybe in like a car crash?
No, I think it was more that he was the lead detective and he didn't solve it or something.
Oh, so he was responsible.
Yeah. She blamed him for the death. And the judge. And the mayor.
And everyone else on the list.
Yeah.
Because the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands.
Yep.
That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Cincinnati, though.
That's the night that the lights went out in Cincinnati.
Yep.
That's the night that she shot a not innocent man.
Yeah, so...
I like it. That was good. So it was like a murder mystery thriller.
Yeah, and like film noir, I think is what I was
I could see that.
For. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I wrote it like...
That was fun.
In the early 2000s, so
so
long-ass time
we're
ago.
very young.
Yeah.
6 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody, Rebecca was a film prophet at the...
Prodigy, you mean?
Prodigy.
I was a film prophet, yes.
At the age of 6 years old. Just like Doogie Howser, only not with medicine, with film things and pencils. Because there were no keyboards back then.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There were keyboards back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was even...
You're not that old.
There was even something called typewriters.
I mean, we old, but we not that old.
No.
Good times. Well, listeners, let us know what you think of the scripts. Should these be made into movies?
We don't know.
We don't know. We didn't think so. We kept them on our computers for years. Do you have a script that you would like read by a very terrible actress?
And an even terrible actress, too, because I'm not one.
Please, if you would like to cast me, do not use this as a sample of my actual acting work. Yeah. I like to overact on this. It's fun. It's not visual for everyone listening, so you have to amplify the voices.
And I feel like you have to, like, imagine even more.
Yeah. I'm making every single one of these a comedy with how bad the acting is. Not a comedy.
Maybe we should have called this comedy read-throughs.
Comedy read-throughs. Send us your horror scripts and we will make them a comedy.
Right?
With how terrible we read them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
So that was The Key, written by me. Don't judge me. And
I'm silently burping in my chest right now. It's like a burp that you don't let out, so you do it internally.
So now everybody now knows that you burped.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was awkwardly quiet, and that's what I was doing, just so you guys know.
Also, I feel like send us scripts that have drinking games in them.
Yes, especially send us scripts where it says the characters take a drink, because then we can drink more.
Then, yeah, exactly. It'll give us an excuse to drink even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. We hope to do another episode. So what are we going to do? Keep reading our own scripts?
No, people should send us
You
scripts.
have to send us your scripts. So get on that. 180sisterhood@gmail.com.
Yes, that's right. And we gotta say thank you again to Thompson Farms for the delicious apple cider.
Delicious.
I'm not a huge apple cider fan, but this one's really refreshing, I gotta say.
It says it is gluten-free cider, craft cider. It's Thompson Farms original, and
100% Ontario grown apples.
They also have really delicious strawberry wine.
And blueberry wine.
And strawberries.
And blueberries.
And other things. So,
yeah.
Check them out.
Cool. Well, I guess that's it for now. And
yeah. We should mention where we are. We're in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada.
Right. Yeah. That's where we are.
That's where we are. In case you want to stalk us. No, in case you want to find Thompson Farms.
Please don't stalk us. And
order some deliciousness that we're having. Yeah. And a big part of this podcast is also supporting local. So that's why we're highlighting some of the local
breweries and craft winery things here.
And products. Yeah. So that's our goal with this.
But also, if you want to donate alcohol to us, feel free to also reach out at 180sisterhood@gmail.com.
And then we will highlight your brand and your city and talk about it.
Yeah.
How about that? That's a great idea. You could also send us, makeup. We have to look good on the podcast. You could send us chocolate.
I feel like I need the makeup, so maybe you guys do that because
and
again,
send
not
all
actor.
sorts of gifts. All sorts of gifts are welcomed. Please do send them our way.
They're encouraged, but not necessary.
Not necessary.
What's most necessary is scripts.
It's kind of like in a relationship. We say, gifts, they're encouraged, but not necessary. But then I say under my breath, if you don't get me one, you're going to be in trouble for years. I'll never forget it.
I've learned a lot about your life right now.
But this isn't the dating podcast. We also have one of those. Your dating stories.
We do have another podcast.
Yeah, so if you want to send in your dating stories, you can also send them to 180sisterhood@gmail.com. And we'll read your terrible dating stories or great dating stories on air. And we'll leave the names out.
Yeah, it's all anonymous. So
it's very anonymous.
Take a guess at who's whose.
We may or may not have some stories in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, send in your scripts, send in your stories, subscribe on iTunes, all the places.
FM. Also, you can find us soon on Borderline soon.
Woohoo!
Excited about that one.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's it. Bye.
Bye-bye. You're listening to Drunk Read-Thrus.
Drunk Read-Thrus.
Drunk Read-Thrus.
Okay, bye.